Just go. At no time am I out of balance. At no time did my line of gravity fall outside my base of support. So if you pay attention, equilibrium is going to require that my line of gravity is inside my base of support. If you pay attention, here I am. I'll look like I'm off balance. But the base of support is my contact area with the mat, and the area in between those contact points. You'll see that every single time, there it is, line of gravity is between my two contact points. He goes still on that contact point, you see? Contact point in the middle, contact point. The fact that I'm just going like this is not true Kazushi, okay? So your job is to just spinally displace and fall into the void. He stops moving, I stop moving, okay? Try it. Okay. Unselfing. One of the things that Budo uses to help you unself is fear. If you pay attention, when the person was coming in and you're trying to do that stuff, it's because you have a fear towards them, by which I mean they're making you self. Selfing is fear, fear is selfing. Okay? As Uke, you're going to get little micro doses of falling into the void. Falling into the void is going to require, it's going to stimulate a need for unselfing as it generates the reaction of selfing. Okay? So, if we stick with the rules, you must do the prescription and then neither assist nor resist, and then don't get hurt. You're going to do the following as well. I know I'm going to fall. I know I have to push. And I know when she reconciles that yang energy, I'm going to fall into the void. If I accept that, I can keep the prescription of my palm on the katata dori. If I don't, as soon as I start to fall in the void, you'll see my hand come off. But if I was going to be able to project her, my hand would stay in place. I have to do the prescription. She goes, and my hand stays in place. The only way there can be space between my palm is I started pulling out of the technique. If you pay attention, you only started pulling out of the technique when you were losing control, which is when you were generating the reaction of fear, which is when the selfing triggers. So instead, full palm, press, fall into the technique. Additionally, breathe, because under stress, we will hold our breath. So I inhale, and I fall into the technique. She does the same thing. She has to breathe on the movement. Got a little compromise. Okay? Well, let's try it again. Goes back to this need for control. Control is a fear reaction. Okay? So when I start to drive and I feel the void and I take back that yang contest, that's me seeking control. As he continues and I wrap myself around and fake Kazushi, that's me seeking control. That is all selfing. Okay, here's another aspect of selfing. The uke is yin to the nage that is yang. So yang always precedes the yin and determines the yin. This is very important alchemically and spiritually. Yang determines yin. Okay, so when he completes the maneuver, I don't get to decide when it's time to get out of that world. Okay? A lot of times that is also us seeking control again. What I'm going to do is stay in the technique till he gets out of the technique. Okay, let's try it again. So, let's get into this a little more. For me to do the prescription, my body has to be organized in such a way that the ground is helping me. So, in other words, I'll never be able to push her like if I stick my butt out. My center has to be organized with the ground, with my legs, with my shoulders, with my posterior chain, and then I can move her. If that is the case, if you pay attention, when I fall into the void and I undo it, that is me seeking control. That is me not comfortable in the void. The problem is the Tao is the void. It'll freak me out all the time. Okay? So, the same structure for this spinal displacement is the same one. If she tries to push me over, she runs into that structure. That same structure as she goes. He comes around. I still have that same structure. I'm not here gooey. It's the same structure. So I could go into him right away. If I have tension in my body, in my upper body, that's not this structure. You see? So I go, and I have that structure here. I change the structure. I have to maintain the same exact spinal displacement organization. Keep contesting. Okay? And I have that same exact body organization. At this point, I am back in balance. But as I got there, I kept the same structure. Boom, back in balance. Okay, so here, I can still throw. Okay? I'm not all gooey. If you pay attention, when you fake the balance, or you lose the grip, you change the architecture of your body. It's all gooey. Okay? So let's try our best. When we say neither assist nor resist, we mean do not change anything from the prescription. Try it.